Nobody's talking about him. That's the scary part. While everyone's obsessing over the points leader, one driver has quietly been better than every single person in the Cup Series field over the last month. Not flashier, not louder, better. And when the chase starts, that's the guy nobody wants to see in their rearview mirror. His name is Ty Gibbs, and right now, he might be the most dangerous driver in NASCAR that nobody's prepared for. Here's the number that should be turning heads in every shop on pit road: 216 points. That's what Ty Gibbs has racked up across the last 5 Cup Series races: Sonoma, Chicagoland, Echo Park, North Wilkesboro, and Indianapolis. 5 completely different track types: road course, short track, super speedway style intermediate, historic bullring, crown jewel oval, and across all of it, nobody scored more points than the number 54 car. Not Chase Briscoe, not Joey Logano, not Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, or even championship leader Denny Hamlin. Gibbs beat all of them. To understand how big this is, you have to remember where Ty Gibbs was just a few months ago. He was a talented kid with a famous last name, flashes of speed, and a reputation for being wildly inconsistent. Great one weekend, invisible the next. The kind of driver who could run you down for a top 5 and then implode 2 races later. That inconsistency is exactly what separates prospects from contenders in this sport. Now flip to the present. Gibbs isn't just having one hot weekend and coasting on the highlight reel. He's stacking finishes, race after race, different track after different track. He's putting together the kind of week-to-week floor that championship teams actually need. That matters enormously right now because the regular season is winding down and the chase is on the horizon. Momentum this late in the year isn't just a stat, it's a psychological weapon. Teams that limp into the playoffs on bad vibes tend to stay in bad vibes. Teams rolling in hot tend to keep rolling. Joe Gibbs Racing suddenly has a driver peaking at the exact moment it counts the most. Let's talk about why this is more dangerous than a single win would be. Wins are loud, wins trend, but wins can also be a fluke. One strategy call, one late caution, one lucky pit sequence. Points earned over 5 races across 5 different track styles are not a fluke. That's a team executing at a high level regardless of what the racetrack throws at them. Look at the gap here. Gibbs put up 24 more points than second place Briscoe over this stretch, and a stunning 38 more than Hamlin, the driver currently leading the entire standings. That's not a marginal edge. That's a team out-executing the championship leader on pure week-to-week performance. Here's a strategic piece that makes this dangerous heading into the playoffs. NASCAR's chase format resets points, but it does not reset momentum, and it definitely does not reset a pit crew's rhythm or a driver's confidence. A driver who has spent 5 weeks proving he can adapt to a road course, a short track, and a super speedway style oval walks into the postseason with something most competitors can't fake: versatility under pressure. Is this smart or is this dangerous for the rest of the field? It's both. It's smart team building from Joe Gibbs Racing, squeezing stage points and clean finishes out of every single week instead of chasing home run performances. And it's dangerous for everyone else because a driver playing it smart and consistent right as elimination racing begins is exactly the profile that sneaks up and wins a championship while the favorites are busy beating each other up. The one risk worth mentioning: regular season points don't carry the same weight once the playoff grid resets. If Gibbs and his team lean too hard into stage racing mode instead of adjusting to elimination race urgency, this hot streak could stall out fast. Consistency wins the regular season. Aggression often wins the chase. Expect a split reaction here. It's going to be loud in both directions. One side of the fan base is going to point at this stat and start calling Gibbs a legitimate dark horse championship threat, arguing that quiet consistency is exactly the blueprint recent champions have followed. The other side is going to push back hard, saying regular season points mean almost nothing once the chase format flips the script, and that Gibbs still has to prove he can win with its single elimination pressure instead of stage point accumulation. Media coverage has been light on this so far, and that's actually the most interesting part of the story. When a driver this productive is flying under the radar, it usually means one of 2 things. Either the sport hasn't caught on yet, or Gibbs is exactly where he wants to be, underestimated, heading into the round that matters most. Best case, Ty Gibbs carries this exact form into the chase, keeps stacking stage points and top finishes across the format's brutal variety of tracks. and becomes the breakout story of the playoffs. A driver who wasn't supposed to be a title threat suddenly standing in victory lane at the championship race in Phoenix. Worst case, this turns out to be a regular season mirage. Gibbs and the number 54 team feast on stage points when the format rewards steady racing, then get exposed the moment elimination pressure forces bolder, riskier moves that this version of his game hasn't had to make yet. Which one happens depends entirely on whether this is a driver who's matured or a team that simply got hot at the right 5 racetracks. So here's the question. Is Ty Gibbs the real deal heading into the chase, or is this hot streak going to evaporate the second elimination racing begins? Drop your prediction in the comments right now. Championship threat or playoff pretender? If you want more no-fluff NASCAR breakdowns like this one, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA, because this chase is about to get chaotic and we'll be covering every second of it.